Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Helen and thank you for clicking on this video. For today's video, I actually have the long and behold weight loss journey video. I'm gonna really go in depth today about what I did to go from this to this. So I went ahead and I just wrote down a couple things on my little notebook just so I won't forget and skip over anything. So let's get right into it. I'll give you guys a little background. After high school, I was going through a lot of things and ended up gaining a lot of weight. The highest I was in high school was maybe 160, I want to say. After high school, probably a year and a half. I graduated in 2016, probably a year and a half in, maybe 2017, 2018, I was at my heaviest weight, which was 248 pounds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it was a big change for me. So yeah, okay, so a little bit about my journey. In high school, growing up, elementary, I was always, a bigger kid. I wasn't fat, but I guess I was like a thicker kid, if that's what you want to call it. Being in groups of friends, I was always the biggest one, and I always kind of felt, I guess, like out of place. I always felt like, man, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I always the different one? Why am I always the biggest one out of everybody? And I remember my family always used to tell me I'm big boned because I'm Tongan, and for a while I would be like, I'm big boned, but I always ended up at this feeling of like, why am I like this, And it's a sucky feeling to have, especially when you're that young. So it was just even harder. But growing up, especially in high school, again, I was another big girl. I wasn't the biggest girl, but I was, again, thick. I was about like 160s, 170s, and I'm 5'1", so because I'm short, when I'm that weight, I look bigger. So, sorry guys, I'm trying to give you guys like a timeline, but okay. So, senior year 2016, I was at my heaviest weight, I thought, which was 178, I want to say at the time. I was almost close to 180. And I thought, oh, after high school, I'm going to get into it. I'm going to get into the gym. Didn't happen. I ended up just, I had that mentality of, oh, I'm done with school. Like, it's time to have fun. It's time to do whatever I want. And in the end of 2017, 2018, I weighed in at 248 pounds. It doesn't seem like a lot, but again, on my body type, I looked really bad. I looked, like swollen and stuff like that. And, when you hear from other people, that you look overweight or you look unhealthy, you look at yourself and you're not seeing that, you're not seeing how bad it is. And when other people are telling you, it's just a very, like, hard situation. You know what I mean? It's hard to kind of take those words like, oh, am I really overweight? Oh, do I really look like this? Like, don't get me wrong. Big girls are beautiful. Small girls are beautiful. If you feel comfortable in your skin, that's beautiful, But I unfortunately didn't. I would pretty much just wake up every day. I didn't want to look in mirrors, and when I did, I felt like I didn't even see myself. And like when you watch videos and stuff, you see these girls get emotional, and when you're watching the video, you don't feel that same emotion, but when you're sitting here, rethinking about everything and talking about it. Alright guys, sorry, but I wanted to say that when you're behind the camera and you're sitting here and kind of just remembering these thoughts and talking about it, it gets super emotional because it's just one of those things. It's one of those things where you have to go through to understand, to kind of, it's nothing that is physically done, but it's mentally, like, to your soul, like, I remember my family would sometimes joke around, you know, they would always joke around. I was always a chubby kid, and to an extent it never bothered me, but as I grew up, you know, I would look at myself like, wow, I'm this 16-year-old girl, and like, this is how I look. Well, I wasn't 16 at the time, but, you know, I was chubby at that time, but, you know, when I was really big, like around 18, 19, I would just look at myself like, all my friends that I had from high school are like looking good, going to the beach in their bikini, and then there's me. I literally only fit sweatpants. Like, I never felt beautiful, and that's one thing that if you don't feel comfortable in your own skin, you're never gonna feel beautiful. You know what I mean? And one day I just woke up and was like, I need to just change this. You know, I feel like people don't really know who I am. And another thing I wanted to touch on was, you know, people's character. I, from firsthand, know walking into stores, you'll get treated so differently by the way you look. I felt like because I was overweight, because I looked the way I did, I was treated so much differently. If I go into a store now, I never get that treatment. And it just sucks that we live in a world where we look at people and we judge them in this way. Like, you know, when I think about it, how sad it is, you know, I don't know. You never know what someone is going through, so to just add things on top of them is just the most sucky feeling ever. And I just want to tell anyone out there, if you ever feel alone, if you ever feel like you have nobody, I want you to know that you are beautiful. And, you know, you guys can always reach out to me. I'm a very open, friendly person, and if I can help in any way, I will. You know, there was a point where I didn't want to even do anything. Anytime we went out, I didn't want to do anything, nothing. And at that time, you know, I was in a relationship, and I just, it was very rocky, and I believe it was because I just never felt beautiful for myself. You know, I could hear you're beautiful, but if I don't believe it about myself, I'm never gonna believe it. And one thing I had to do was just find inner love for myself and choose myself, and that's exactly what I did. And I am so glad that I made that decision. And I encourage any of you, if you're in, you know, a position or a relationship that's very dark and toxic, leave it. You may think it hurts now, but it's just going to hurt you more in the long run. You need to just get in a positive mindset. And if you don't have support and you're in that, like, toxic mindset, it's not going to work. It has to be mind, body, and soul, literally. Like, I was just at a point in my life where sometimes I didn't even want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go out. I just remember sometimes trying on clothes in the dressing room and just crying, just sitting in the dressing room crying because nothing would fit me, like, but leggings and sweatpants and big shirts. Like, you know, I went from loving clothes to just hating them because of how they just looked on me. And once I had lost the weight, I just fell in love with clothes again. Like, I would get so many, like, oh, you know, in the beginning, when I first started to lose weight, you know, I wasn't the skinniest or as skinny as I am now. You know, I was probably like 50 pounds down, and I would just wear these shorts and these tank tops and feel so beautiful. And I just remember people would always say, oh, you just want to show your body and just like that. And, you know, at first it would hurt. It would hurt me a lot. But then I got into this mindset of, if I'm working hard for this, and I've been hiding this body for like 4 years, of course I'm going to wear things to show off my figure. Of course I'm going to wear things that show off my hard work. It has nothing to do with being revealing or looking a certain way. None of that. If you want to wear something and wearing the shortest dress in the world makes you feel comfortable and that's what you want to do, you do what you want to do. Don't ever let anyone's opinions matter to you. Don't listen to anybody. I used to have so many voices in my head, and I would listen to them, and I was miserable. I would let these words just hurt me. I was just at a point of just being so depressed, just so sad. I just remember this is just such an emotional video, but I just remember, you know, I want this to be as raw as possible and real so you guys can really see see everything. Like, I want this to be real. Like, I just remember nights just coming home and getting ready for bed and seeing my makeup off and just looking at myself in the mirror. I would just lay down and just cry myself to sleep. I was just, it was sad, just feeling so alone. Like, I pushed everyone away. I didn't have friends anymore. Like, I was just in such a dark place, you guys, and I would hate to know or to even, dang it. I would hate to know or even think that any of you are in this position, and if any of you are laying your head on that pillow and crying yourself to sleep, I just want you guys to know you're worth so much more than that. Like, I know it hurts. It's going to be a long journey, but, you know, it's just, you need to go through those emotions to really push yourself. When you have you need to get in tune with yourself and really take care of yourself. When you have yourself, like nobody else has you, you're good. You'll be able to feel so confident because you have yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to explain, but I know some of you will understand what I'm talking about. Alright, so jumping right in, the first thing I want to talk about is moving. I think it is so important to be moving. You know, I'm not a runner, and I didn't really like to go to the gym. I was very self-conscious, and I never felt like I knew which exercises I needed to do. So what I would do was just literally walk. Anywhere I can walk, I would walk. If I was going to the store, I would walk. If I was walking my dogs, I'd go around the block like 3 times. I just try to keep on my feet and keep moving. You could do things like jump rope, jumping jacks, things like that. Just, you want to stay moving, keep your body like, moving throughout the day. Next thing I want to talk about is water. I know you guys hear this in every weight loss video, but water is so important, you guys. It makes the biggest difference. Before, I wouldn't drink as much water, and now I noticed an improvement in my skin, in my hair, in just everything, my overall health. I would recommend, if you're going to drink water, add a little bit of lemon in it. That's a great way to just detox the body and get out all like the bad stuff from your body. Also, this one, it's a hit or miss for some people, but apple cider vinegar, and it should say with the mother, right here, with the mother. What this does is it just like lemon water detoxes the body, but this is like even like stronger. And the way I would take it was at night. I would get a cup of water, 1 cup, and I'd add a teaspoon of that, mix it up, and drink it, and go to bed. This is also great if you're having cravings and stuff like that for something sweet, or you're just craving something. Drink a little bit of this and the craving should go away. In the morning and before I went to bed, I would try to drink a glass of water. This is just going to help hydrate your body and help flush it out. Your body is made of like what, 70-80% water, and they usually say you should drink half your body weight in water. So you really, really, really want to be hydrated. And a lot of people say, oh, water, please. Trust me, when you start drinking that water, those 8 glasses a day, you're gonna see a difference. Believe me. Like, I used to have bad skin, I just had a lot of things, dry hair, and just drinking this water just helped me tremendously, you guys. I really encourage it. Just, if any water you can get in you, just do it in the mornings, before your meal. Drink that water. That's also gonna help you eat less. When you drink a glass of water before you eat, your stomach is gonna be full, so you're not, eating as much food.
Alright, guys, I forgot to mention, I would do a lot of juicing, which is just getting like veggies and fruits and, putting them in a juicer and drinking that juice. That's really, really good for your body as well for detoxing, just getting all those vitamins in there. And also, like milkshakes, you can make like protein milkshakes, banana and peanut butter with milk and stuff in the mornings. Those will really fill you up. But yeah, I just wanted to leave that in there.
Next thing, eating. I am not, okay, I want to say this. I have tried dieting so many times in my life, and just having to cut out foods was super, super hard for me. I, just like so many other people, love food. So what I did to cope with that was if I were to want some hot Cheetos, I would go to 7-Eleven. I can eat the whole bag, but instead of eating the whole bag and being like that, I would limit myself. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have 4 chips, and my craving should go away. So I'd give myself those 4 chips, put away the bag, and that just kind of got me in like the rhythm of limiting what I ate. Another big tip that helped was, getting a smaller plate. When you see a smaller plate, with food on it, you'll eat it all and you'll feel fuller. But because you have a big plate and you see the food, you're going to eat that too. So having a smaller plate actually helps, give smaller portions if that makes any sense. Um, I would try to eat healthy snacks, baked Cheetos. I mean, those aren't the best either, but I would just try to like make it a little bit more healthier. Um, Again, because it was very hard for me to cut things out. I just like to limit myself. Okay, another thing I want to say is greens. If you're looking at your plate and you don't see any color or greens, there's not enough fruits or veggies. You want to be able to see a colorful plate. A colorful plate means you're eating all the nutrients you need. So like if I was having, steak and mashed potatoes, I'd add a salad. If I was eating, a sandwich, I'll put lettuce and veggies in it. I just tried to incorporate I just tried to incorporate a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet. And yeah, another thing I wanted to touch on was self-love and motivation. I think this isn't even talked about as much as it should be, and I think it is so important. If you don't have self-love, you're not going to have that motivation. If you want to lose weight, you have to do it for yourself. Don't say, "Oh, I'm going to do it for this person," or "I'm going to do it because this person said this." Because at the end of the day, if you're doing it for that person and that person walks out on you, you're just going to be left there with a defeat feeling. You have to go into this thinking, this is for me, this is something I want. If you want it, you're going to get it. And it sounds like it's nothing, but that having that mental, like, positive mindset, that's really going to help push you when you're in your darkest times, when it's this weight loss journey is not going to be easy. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. There's going to be times you cry where you feel like you're not seeing any results. And you just have to keep pushing. Just be consistent. I'm telling you guys, you know, in the first month I started, I never saw results. But my family would say little things like, "Oh, you look a little skinnier." And that's because people who see you all the time, like yourself, you're seeing yourself all the time, you're not going to notice anything. But people that you see like once in a while, they're going to notice it because they're not seeing you all the time. It'll take maybe a month and a half, 2 months for you to start seeing your own results. So I just want to say, don't give up. Like, even if you feel like you're not seeing anything, just document your results. Take pictures, take videos, save those, because you're going to look back on these like, oh wow, you're going to see the difference, and it's going to really motivate you when you start seeing that change. So I really encourage you guys to document everything, take pictures, videos. Just have that all so you can see the results yourself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, another thing, don't deprive. Again, a lot of things with diets, the reason people always fall out of it is because they get that craving so bad that they want it and they just binge and break their like diet. So limiting is, you're going to limit your quantity, and slowly you won't even want that anymore. Like, it got to a point in my weight loss journey where I didn't even care for chips anymore or eating out. My body just kind of rejected it. Because when they say you're addicted to foods and sweets like that, it's true. When you eat food, it sends something to your brain, signaling happiness. You know how everybody dances when they get food? That's why. You get a signal to your brain, you're happy, you're full. But once you get that, you stop eating out and you're flushing out your body starts to just not care for it anymore. It's crazy. Alright, so sugars. Sugars are the worst thing you can put in your body. That's like the main thing that's gonna cause you to, get that fat and like get that buildup is the sugar. You wanna try to eliminate the sugar, so no sodas. You wanna like replace sodas with juice or carbonated like drinks to just trick your mind into thinking it's a soda because it's carbonated. Okay, getting into cheat days. I didn't really have, I guess, I didn't consider it a cheat day, But pretty much Monday through Friday, I would try to eat as clean as possible. I would make my food at home. I wouldn't buy any food anywhere else. I'd make sandwiches, easy stuff, chicken pasta, spaghetti, just things that are cooked at home, things I knew what was going in it. So Monday through Fridays, I would try to eat really clean. And I'm not saying like I would sit there and eat salads either, because I didn't. I love food, like I'm saying, but I would limit my portions. I'd eat off a small plate. I'd eat in a bowl, because your mind isn't gonna know. Oh, that's less food. You're just gonna eat it and be like, oh, I'm full. So that's another. I can't stress that enough. Smaller plates and smaller bowls. It's really gonna make a difference in your portion sizing. I'm out of breath, but anyway, so Monday through Fridays, eating clean, eating at home. Saturdays and Sundays is when I would just binge. I'd have the McDonald's I wanted, the Jack in the Box I wanted. I'd treat myself because I knew Monday through Friday I'm going to eat clean. I'm going to stick to that plan. So Saturday and Sunday, it wasn't bad to have that little treat. And I know some people are going to say that's not the way, but this is the way it worked for me. Cutting things out of my diet never worked until I came up with this method. So not everything is going to work for everybody, but I just want to give you guys tips and suggestions that really, really helped me. And that's one of them. Not depriving myself of stuff. I knew, oh, I can have that. I just can't have everything. You know what I'm saying? I would get a small.
Okay, guys, sorry, another little disclaimer. I wanted to say that on Saturdays and Sundays, I wouldn't have 3 meals of eating out. I would eat breakfast usually at home, make something small, and during lunch or dinner, I'd go and get me like a burger and fries, and then if that was lunch, I'd eat my burger and fries, and then dinner, cook something at home. I would not have the 3 full meals of just eating out. And I would usually do this every other week. So every other Saturday and Sunday is when I would do that.
As you go in this weight journey, you're going to notice how you just stop caring for things, because usually when we eat it's because we're in our feelings or we're bored or things like that. And when you're flushing out your body isn't going to want that anymore. So, yeah. But for snacks, I kind of wanted to, give you guys some ideas on snacks. If I was craving something sweet, I would eat the Chobani Greek yogurt. They have so many different flavors: peach, strawberry, banana, raspberry, pineapple. If I was craving something sweet, I'd grab one of those and eat those. Those are zero fat, half the sugar of I can't talk today, of regular yogurt, and they're high in protein. So if I was craving something sweet, I just gobble that up. Other snacks, pretzels. I try, if I was craving like chips and stuff, I would eat the pretzels or crackers, things like that. Also, I wanted to say was cravings. If you get these strong cravings, like I said, drink the 1 cup of apple cider vinegar. But if you can't do that, just get a glass of water and drink it. I promise you, if your cravings don't go away, try adding a little bit of lemon. If they still don't go away, then that's when you can get into like a healthy snack. But always try to drink that water, because usually when you are having a craving or you're wanting to snack, it's your body telling you you just need water. But we confuse it for food, which leads to sometimes overeating, which is what I used to do a lot. I used to overeat so much, you guys. I would literally just be in my room and be like, oh, I'm hungry. But it's just because we're bored, but we have this habit of, oh, I'm bored, I'll get something to eat. Another thing is, like I said, document your process, but document your weight. I used to have an app. I just looked up like weight loss tracker app in the app store, and I downloaded it, and I would track my weigh-ins every 2 weeks so I can see, am I losing this weight? How is it going? Now for workouts. For workouts, again, I would just try to stay on my feet. I try to walk as much as possible. I'm not the biggest runner, so walking around the block, a couple times, speed walking, that really helped. I would do a lot of jump roping, jumping jacks, just things to get my cardio started, just to lose that fat. I wasn't really worried about toning as much as I am now. You know, okay, I wanna kind of put a disclaimer. Let me go back a little, but I've been on this journey since I want to say beginning of 2018. Um, and it is now 2020, so this has been probably like a 2 year, close to 2 year journey, and I'm still not where I am. or I'm still not where I want to be. So before, like I said, sorry guys, it's just hard. I want to like make sure I'm not leaving anything out, so bear with me. But before, I was more worried about losing the weight, which was cardio. I wanted to just sweat it out. I would run upstairs, run down, like just do anything to get my blood flowing, to get me sweating, just to lose the fat. Again, I wasn't really worried about muscle toning in the beginning too much, as I am now. Again, I just want to say that this is all about loving yourself. If you're big, big is beautiful. If you're small, small is beautiful. Like, it just matters about how you feel inside. I felt like I was stuck in somebody's body and I just couldn't get out. I felt like my personality couldn't shine through the body I was in. And now, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm at a place in my life where I am so content. My confidence is sky high. I can care less what anyone thinks about me. I think I look good. I love the clothes I wear. I love the way my body looks. And again, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but from where I came from, I thank God literally for giving me that strength to do this. And I just want to pass that strength on to you guys and let you guys know, like, you're literally not alone. I feel like a lot of the times we're scared to reach out to people in fear of like looking a certain way, and I'm not like that. I would love if you guys reached out to me. I actually get a lot of people that do reach out to me asking me questions, and this is the reason why I wanted to make this video, was to just go in depth and really let you guys know, because I wish I had a video like this. I was always constantly listening to, you gotta cut this out, cut this out, cut this out, and it never worked for me. Cutting things out just wasn't the road for me at all. And with this whole limiting portions method, I really think that some of you guys are gonna take this and really use it to your advantage, and I'm super happy. I really encourage you guys to just try this out. Not everything works for everybody, but it doesn't hurt to try. So just be really consistent with you guys and just give it your all. Seriously, just put your mind, body, and soul into this. Constantly tell yourself you're doing it, you're beautiful. You're just gonna see those results and you're gonna feel so good. And again, like I said, it's not gonna be a smooth journey. It's gonna be ups and downs. It's gonna be a roller coaster of emotions. But if you just push yourself, I know you guys are gonna get to where you wanna be. And yeah, I can't wait for you guys to probably eventually be talking about your journey. And I'm really happy to be making this video, and I appreciate you guys for taking the time to really sit and listen. And again, like I said, to those of you going through it, trust me, it gets better. When you feel you're at rock bottom, the only way you can go is up. So just always remember that. The only way you can go is up. And until next time, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I love all of you, and stay safe.